Italian Football Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Questions from the Italian Football Podcast patrons, where you, our patrons, decide what the show is about by simply sending in your questions via DM on Patreon. I'm joined, as always, by Carlo Garganese. So let's start with the first question, which has been sent in from Luca Capone. He says, Ciao ragazzi, Luca from Toronto here. After the most draining and one of the most mediocre World Cups ever wrapped, I encountered a laughable clickbait video from The Score announcing this 2026 Spain team as the greatest World Cup winner ever. What? What? Is he serious? Oh my God. However, it made me ponder which World Cup winner is the greatest ever, and to take it to an ever crazier space, what would a tournament between all the World Cup winners look like? I've put together a 6-group round robin of 24 teams, the 23 previous World Cup winners, plus 1954 Hungary, which I personally think is the greatest team to ever win a World Cup from a country that hasn't won it before. All due respects to 74 Holland and early mid-90s Yugoslavia. Groups have been randomized, so errors are relatively kept apart. And more important, the same countries can't be in the same group. The top 2 teams from each group and 4 best third-place teams qualify. From a rules perspective, we're going with international rules prior to 92, meaning the back pass rule does not exist. So Group A is 1934 Italy, 1958 Brazil, 1986 Argentina, 2014 Germany. Group B, 1990 West Germany, 1970 Brazil, 1998 France, and
I think we should probably stop and say who's going to go through from each group, right? And then move on.
Yeah, but I'm going to read all of them, and then we can just to introduce it. Group C, 2018 France, 1954 West Germany, 1994 Brazil, 2010 Spain. And then Group D, 1950 Uruguay, 1962 Brazil, 2006 Italy, 1974 West Germany. Group E, 1930 Uruguay, 1978 Argentina, 2002 Brazil, 1982 Italy. And Group F, 1954 Hungary, 1966 England, 1938 Italy, 2022 Argentina. So basically, can you fill this out? Like who's, like where it says top half, number 1 versus 16? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's basically, what I understand, he's picked all the World Cup winners plus
Hungary from 54.
Plus Hungary 54 and Holland 74. Did he pick Holland 74?
No. He said sorry, Holland.
Oh, sorry.
74.
Okay, yeah. You should add Brazil 82 as one of the greatest not to win.
No. He took because there's only 23 winners. And so he picked 19.
No, I'm saying he's trying to say who are the best never to win the World Cup, and he should have included Brazil 82 in that. But yeah, anyway, okay. So what we got to do then? 1 versus 16.
So basically, I think what he's done is Group A against the winner of Group A against the winner against the second. I think we have to do because 1 versus 16 makes no sense. So winner of Group A versus the second team in Group F, if that makes sense.
Okay, so Group A, Italy 34, Brazil 58, 86 Argentina, Germany 2000. Who's going to 2014? I'm going to have to remove Italy from this purely because we haven't watched any. I haven't watched. No one's watched. There's no proper footage of any World Cups really before. Certainly before the war, the Second World War. And there's virtually nothing of 1950, very little 54. 58 is where my real knowledge starts because there's lots. I've watched full games from the 58 Brazil. So I would have to say that Brazil 58 will win Group A because that was a magical Brazil team with Pele as a 17-year-old and Didi and Jaume Santos and Garrincha and that was an incredible team. So I think they would have won Group A. Argentina 86 was just Maradona. And 2014, Germany was when international football started to get shit. So, yeah, I'm going to say Brazil 58 and then runner-up of Group F.
No. Wait. We do. Okay, so Brazil finished top of Group A, right?
Yeah.
So who comes second?
Who comes second in Group A?
I'm going Argentina.
Argentina. Yeah, Argentina 86.
Okay. Okay. So now we go to Group F, And who comes second in Group F out of Hungary 54, England 66, Italy 38, and 2022 Argentina?
Shouldn't we just go to make this easier? Shouldn't we just go through who's going to come first and second in each group? Fill that in.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm filling it out.
Why are we jumping from A to F? Like,
well, we can. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Go to Group B.
Otherwise, everyone listening is just going to watch this.
Yeah. Go to Group B.
I'm sure they're enjoying us argue.
Go to Group B. Stop talking. Go to Group B. I've agreed with you.
Fucking Luca, why have you made this so fucking confusing, man? Why couldn't you just say, oh, fuck's sake?
Anyway.
I love the question. I do love the question.
I love the question. Me too. Okay. Who wins Group B? Read up Group B and tell me who you think
Group
wins.
B, West Germany 90, Brazil 70, Spain 26, France 98. This is a strong group. Really strong group.
Group of death.
I'm gonna have to say Brazil 70. That's the greatest international team there's ever been. Certainly the greatest World Cup winner there's ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, Pele, Jairzinho, Gerson, Carlos Alberto, Clodoaldo, what's his name? Tostao, Rivellino. I mean, you could go on and on. Unreal team.
No, that's that tournament, the semi-final and the final, truly. I mean, West Germany, Italy semi-final, great, one of the greatest, if not the greatest semi-final of all time. And then you have the 1970 Brazilians, which are just superhumans. So I agree with you on that. Who else did he have in Group B? Could you read it?
Runners up. I'm going to remove Spain 26. So that idiot, whoever that clown was, said the greatest team. Well, they're the fourth. They're finishing fourth in Group B here. I can say
Italy in 1938.
No, we're doing Group B.
Yeah, isn't that?
Shit! What am I looking at? Yeah, Group B.
No,
I'm looking at Group B, the top half. So it's West Germany 90, Brazil 70, Spain 26, France 98. So Brazil 70 win the group.
Germany. West Germany 1990.
Spain finish second. Yes, it's out of West Germany 90 and France 98. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go West Germany. I'm gonna have to go with. It is tough because the France did have a great team in '98. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go West Germany 90 as well.
Same.
It's an unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable team.
With Matthäus Bremer,
Klinsmann, Föller, Litbarski, Reuter, Kohler. I mean, it was just go through that. The Augenthaler. I mean, just all of them. Guido Buchwald. I could go on all day. That team was an unbelievable.
Yeah.
Andy Möller. I mean, whatever. Yeah. Anyway,
didn't even get a game. They were that good. Group C. France 2018, West Germany 54, Brazil 94, Spain 2010. I think Spain 2010 and France 2018. What I would pick from here.
Spain 2010 wins the group for me.
Yeah, Spain 2010 win the group, and I would put France 2018 second. I mean, the thing with Brazil 94 is, they won the World Cup. They were just a kind of.
I thought they were outstanding that tournament.
They were just a solid. They were a solid team with two quality attackers in Romario and Bebeto, and they had a defense that was a strong defense with Aldair and who else played in that defense? Cafu, Jorginho was there. They didn't have a team of. It wasn't a very Brazilian team, but they were strong. But no. I would put France 2000. Even though it's during a poor era, I think that France 2018 still had some outstanding players. Obviously, Mbappe on fire. So, just so I'm not being totally anti-modern football, I'll stick France 2018 second.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Right. Okay. Next group.
Group D. So Uruguay 50, Brazil 62, Italy 2006, West Germany 74. Right. I'm gonna count out Uruguay 50. Because I've barely seen anything of it at all. There's virtually no footage other than, the Maracanazo in the final where Uruguay beat Brazil, and there was obviously the most infamous defeat in Brazil's history up until the 7-1 against Germany in 2014. Sorry. So then it's out of Brazil 62, Italy 2006, and West Germany 74.
West Germany 74 is one of the greatest teams to have ever played football.
Yeah,
they won the Euros, they won the World Cup, so they win the group. And Italy 2006 have to go through.
Yeah, I agree. I would put West Germany 74 first because that was an unbelievable team. Remember, they beat an unbelievable Holland team in the final, but that team was just full of legends. Beckenbauer, Gerd Müller, Gunther Netzer, what's his name? Overath in midfield. Gunther Netzer, who's a legend, couldn't even get in the team. Full of pure Bertie Vogts, pure quality. Sepp Maier in goal. Unbelievable players, and they had. And then Brazil 62 was a great team, but bearing in mind that Pele got injured in the group stages, and they played the tournament without him. And also they got some favoritism from the refs as well. Like Garrincha should have been suspended for the final for kicking a player in the semi-finals, and they managed to overturn it. Something we thought we'd never see again until following Balogun.
I literally did a segment. I did a segment on this during the World Cup in this pod, talking about exactly what happened in '62. I think I did it on this. I know. Yeah, I think we did it together, and also I did it on every single media appearance I did during the World Cup as well, talking about it. So yes, there were no red cards, physical red cards. There were no automatic suspensions back then. But the fact that politicians of different countries got involved, it was an absolute shit show. Yeah. Unmitigated disaster.
Yeah. Italy go through 2006 as an outstanding team in 2006, in what I consider to be the last World Cup of real quality before international, well, not just international, but before football in general. International football reflects the quality of football, full stop. And that's when football started. That was the last great tournament, last great hurrah for football, in my opinion, in terms of top quality football. 2006, and Italy won that World Cup, so that was a great team. Group E, 1930 Uruguay, 1978 Argentina, 2002 Brazil, 1982 Italy, right? Remove Uruguay 1930 because we've seen nothing of them at all.
And remove Argentina 78 because that was one of the most rigged World Cups of all time.
Well, I would say remove 2002 Brazil because they only won that World Cup because that tournament was rigged, thrown everyone else out of the tournament.
I don't care who they would have ripped every single team apart. Brazil 2002 is one of the best World Cup teams to ever win it, even though that World Cup was shit. Go player by player. Look at that Brazil team. Yeah, but it was surreal.
That Brazil team nearly didn't qualify for the World Cup. That Brazil team was.
No one cares about the qualifiers. You look at how they played at the World Cup. You had Ronaldo who was at the peak of his power.
They played all shit.
No,
and Italy
they did not play shit. They played shit teams, but they played brilliantly.
Yeah, but they played crap teams. They didn't play anyone good because the tournament was rigged, as we know.
Yeah,
it was rigged, and everybody good was thrown out of the tournament. Italy, Spain, Portugal, all chucked out the tournament. For me, I don't count. We're going to disagree on this. For me, 2002 Brazil doesn't count. I jumped from 1998 World Cup to 2006. I don't count that World Cup at all.
No,
that 1978 Argentina team was also equally. If you want to talk about the team itself, that 1978 Argentina team was absolutely outstanding as well. And that
was a good team.
It was it was unreal team. Mario Kempes, one of the all-time greats. Daniel Passarella. I mean, go through that team. Unbelievable team. And they beat all the best teams to win the tournament. And other than one game where I think it was, but then this was before, again, you're talking about the rules. This was before the rules changed, where Mario Kempes dived on his goal line to Superman the ball out of the goal with two hands.
Not just that, what happened to Brazil in that tournament as well, and the way that it was stolen from them I mean, come on. Now that tournament, and also because of the military. Argentina was a military junta dictatorship back then. I mean, come on, that World Cup absolutely can't count.
Well,
that is the most ridiculous.
Yeah, but if you watch the games, they won.
I have watched the games.
They won the games.
I don't care.
They won all the games fair.
They did not win all the games fair and square. There was a fucking military junta who was sitting there with guns on the stand. Yeah, there were guns on the literal guns on the stands. What are you talking about?
The games, you could talk about the influence, like in Mussolini in '34 and all that, but the actual games themselves, whether you want to say there was an unconscious threat on the players playing against them. Italy beat them. Italy beat Argentina in that tournament, actually, in the group stage. But the game itself, the only dodgy thing in that tournament was obviously the way they thrashed Peru to beat them,
which we now know was rigged. We know it was rigged.
Well, I don't think it's proven. It's not proven.
It has been proven. It's not even literally no one. It's one of those things where everyone knows what happened. I mean that tournament.
Well, it's definitely is that. If you ask me, was it rigged? I would say probably was, but we don't have proof that it was. We just have a goalkeeper that was born in Argentina, and there's rumors and reports, but there's nothing like absolute. There's no smoking gun on that. That's all I would say. Well, there isn't. There isn't smoking gun. But if you ask me, do I think it was rigged? Yeah, it probably was. It probably was. But
definitely rigged.
But
definitely rigged.
What we know is that 2002 Brazil. What we saw what happened with Italy against Korea. We saw what happened with Spain versus Korea. We saw what happened with Portugal versus Korea. We saw how all the big teams were chucked out of the tournament. And we didn't see
a military junta host a tournament threatening to kill people as happened, which was typical of what happened in Argentina in 78. I think it's not even the same sport. Italy got ass fucked, rat fucked in 2002. There's no doubt about it. But to pretend that 2002 is even the same sport as 78, which will forever live in infamy, on par with the shit show we saw in the United States.
I'm looking at the games.
It was hosted in a military dictatorship.
And how many
what are you talking about?
It's not so many World Cups have been. It's not like it's
we have not seen. No, it hasn't. No, we haven't. When have we seen after 1950, after the Second World War? When have we seen a World Cup held in a literal military dictatorship? A literal, not by opinion, a literal military dictatorship. What do, like this? It's not even
2026, maybe.
Well, that's not but not even that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just 78 is one of the most disgraceful events in this sports history. I mean, it should never have been held in Argentina. The way that it was held in Argentina, I'm sorry, but that was just like no. That World Cup is just. It's one of the few times I actually agree with Johan Cruyff for not traveling to that tournament, because it was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. That tournament was a disgrace. I agree, but
I
start to finish.
I witnessed 2002 Brazil, and I just cannot.
But I'm not saying that Italy were. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not talking about Italy. I'm talking about the World Cup was completely fixed from start to finish.
It wasn't fixed. It was Italy was fucked in that tournament.
And Spain?
Yes, Italy, Spain. I don't know about Spain, because I'm not sure that I think that ball was out of the pitch.
Are you having a laugh? This is the literal footage. It's not even close to the line. Are you Nima?
There was no. I'm sorry, but that to me looks dodgy. I was watching that game. I wanted Spain to win, but to me that looked dodgy. That to me looked dodgy as hell.
Nima, have a look at the fucking footage. It's literal there. It's like
but they didn't. There was no VAR then, so how are they supposed to know? It was close. You can't say it was.
Now you're winding me up. Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, but you can't sit here and compare a fucking military junta, an actual military dictatorship.
I'm looking at
Italy and Spain had a ball that might have been out. Might have been.
No, it wasn't. Might have been out. It was 2 yards inside the fucking pitch.
It was not 2 yards.
Nima,
it was not 2 yards. 2 yards is 2 meters almost. It was not 2 meters.
Nima, there was a fucking.
It was on the line.
There was a referee who was banned from football 3 months after the World Cup for adding 13 minutes extra added on time. Not 30 minutes extra, 13 minutes extra added on time, during which time he allowed the other team to score 2 goals. Then he got banned from football. And then a year later, he got arrested for trafficking heroin into JFK airport.
Byron Moreno. Yeah, we know who he is. But that's one.
But
the entire tournament, of course, it was fixed. But what I'm saying is that Brazil team was a fantastic Brazil team, as was Argentina in 78. But the difference is that the 78 tournament was held in a literal military dictatorship where people were disappeared.
Are we comparing the team?
A literal military.
Are we comparing
I'm talking about
the World Cup?
I'm talking about if we're talking about which World Cup was more rigged. You have both of them are rigged. I don't think anyone can deny that. But one was literally held where people were shot in the head and disappeared if they didn't do what they were told. Like, it's not even the same sport.
We're literally here having an argument over Hitler versus Netanyahu. Like, this is what we're basically doing here. This is what we're doing. Hitler versus Netanyahu.
No,
we're
Hitler,
comparing Netanyahu.
No.
I don't want to be Netanyahu. I'd rather be Hitler. Actually, no. I don't want to be either of them. I don't want to be either of them.
No. This is Hitler versus Trump situation. Trump, for many of his faults, is not a fucking Nazi dictator. I don't care how many liberals are triggered by that. This is a literal military junta that this tournament was held in. Like, what are we talking about? The 2002 was rigged. There was corruption, but it was not. Neither South Korea or Japan are literal military dictatorship where people are disappeared when the tournament took place.
Yeah, I know,
that's the difference.
I've watched the games, though. That's the thing.
I watched all of the games too, and I'm telling you, of course, I'm telling you that there's a difference.
In Escape to Victory,
oh my God.
Pele and Bobby Moore's team actually won the game there, but that was played in a military
with Sylvester Stallone in goal. So you're gonna have to excuse me if I didn't buy that as a documentary.
Anyway, let's I'll tell you what. Let's put Uruguay. We're not going to agree on this. Let's put Uruguay 1930 through. Okay, let's put them through. A one-armed.
You know
man,
what? Yeah, why not?
A one-armed man scored in that World Cup.
Just because a one-armed man scored. Okay, so who wins it? Wait, hang on.
Well, I think we haven't even spoken about Italy 82. All this arguing, debating.
So because Italy, obviously Italy 82 go through, don't they? I mean,
Italy 82,
and they win the group.
They win the group by default. They win the group by default because everyone else has been thrown out. Right, okay.
So who finishes second? Uruguay 1950.
Second, we'll put Uruguay 30 in there. Yeah.
1930.
All right. Group F: Hungary 54, England 66, Italy 1938. Argentina 2022. So, well, talking about rigged, I mean, there's a lot of rigging going on in this group. England 1966. Do you want me to go through all the rigging? I haven't got time to go through all the rigging.
Yes.
And that sort of it.
Please do. Yes, I want you, because that is one of the most disgusting World Cups either. I mean, for me, as far as I'm concerned,
we'll start off with the
70s.
We'll start off with 66 quarterfinals. So England play in the quarterfinals, they play against Argentina. And in the other semi-final, West Germany play against Uruguay in the other quarterfinal. Now, first of all, back then they used to do the draws. They used to draw the referees before the game, who they would be. And they did it in a hotel. And they picked it out of a hat, right? Now, the draw was at a swanky London hotel. I think it was the Grosvenor Hotel. And anyway, the FAs of all the remaining 8 teams still in the tournament were invited there for a certain time, like 11 o'clock or something. I think it was 11 o'clock. And I told you, this is my specialist subject.
It's not just that. No, I'm laughing for the simple, just as a side note, I'm laughing because before we recorded, I just want to be clear to everyone. Before we recorded, Carlo said, I think the first question is going to be the first 30 minutes of the pod, and we're 23 minutes in, and we haven't even gone through the group. So you're absolutely right. Okay, go. Right.
I know. Well, I told you. Anyway, so the FAs were all invited there, and the president of FIFA at the time was an Englishman, Sir Stanley Roux, or Rao, however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, so he was going to be there as well. Anyway, what ended up happening was, instead of holding the draw for the referees at 11 o'clock, they ended up deciding to do it at 10 o'clock. And the only ones that turned up was the head of the English FA, who I think might have been Sir Stanley Rowe as well, or could have been someone else. Anyway, the head of the English FA was there. The head of the German FA was there, and my favourite bit, 2 Africans, right?
That was 2 Africans.
That was 2 African like delegates or 2 African like witnesses. Anyway, don't ask me why. But that's true. That's the truth. And so they did the draw, and they ended up drawing it so that the referee of the England-Argentina game was a German, and the referee of the Uruguay versus West Germany game was what was he? He was an Englishman, right? It was an Englishman. So what ended up happening was they basically shook hands, and you had 2 of the most controversial refereeing performances in the history of the World Cup happening simultaneously in those two games. So in the England versus Argentina game, Antonio Ratin, the captain of Argentina, was sent off in the first half for, as the referee put in his report, violence of the tongue, right? For apparently like swearing and lambasting the referee. The fact is that the referee didn't speak, the Ratin didn't speak a word other than Spanish, couldn't speak anything other than Spanish, and the referee couldn't speak anything other than his own language, German or English. So that was a complete lie. So he basically sent him off for no reason. And then in the other game, which is literally people don't know, one of the most scandalous games ever. In that game, the referee sent off, I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 Uruguayan players, but at 0-0, one of the Uruguay players headed the ball into the top corner of the net, and Schnellinger, Milan legend, former Milan player, playing for Germany, literally dived like Superman with 2 hands, right, referee in a perfect position, and like volleyballed the ball with 2 hands out of the top corner. And the referee waved play on, and Germany went down the other end and scored to take the lead. Uruguay, ended up staying 1-0, tight game up until the closing stage, and then Uruguay just lost their head because the referee was just favouring Germany the whole time, and ended up sending off 2 of their players. Might even be 3, I'm not sure. So that was that. That's just the quarterfinals. Then you have the semi-finals. England played against Portugal, Eusebio's Portugal in the semi-final. Now the game was supposed to be played at Goodison Park, right? And so what actually happened was, on the morning of the game, after Portugal had travelled all the way up from London up to Everton, Liverpool, Goodison Park for the game, they just decided to announce that they were moving the game from Goodison Park to Wembley. So on the morning or the early afternoon of the game, Portugal had to then go all the way from Liverpool, which is about a good like 3.5 hours, probably 4 hours on the coach, at least 3 hours, all the way back down to Wembley. They had to travel all the way back down on the day of the game, and then they were absolutely exhausted. England won the game 2-1, went to the final where they played West Germany, and we all know what happened in the final with the final.
So and to remember, this is in 1960. It's barely 20 years after World War II. And if I remember correctly, the referee were from the Soviet Union, who had lost 26 million people in that war against Germany. And so, I think that kind of matters. And lest we forget, the Soviet Union and the United States and the United Kingdom were allies against Nazi Germany in that war. I know a lot of people want to pretend that didn't happen, but that's a historical fact. So yeah, that was a very, very interesting tournament.
Yeah,
but,
the winner. I mean, it finished 4-2. The 4th goal was scored in like the 120th minute. The winning goal by Jeff Hurst was. I mean, we now have. You're talking about conclusive proof. We now have conclusive proof that the ball didn't. I mean, that's been proved with technology now today. The ball did. It wasn't even close to crossing the line.
No, it didn't cross the line. We know it did. We can see
it barely hit the line. It was like that.
No, but nowadays, because of the fact that we have the camera, like we have actual footage of it, you can see that it doesn't cross the line. It's impossible for it. Like we know that it didn't cross the line, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so who can you read the team?
54 Hungary also rigged. Germany, they found after Hungary lost the final to West Germany, they found in the changing rooms bottles of Pervitin that the German players had used. Now, Pervitin was used by the Nazis during the Second World War. It was basically a drug that gave you so much energy. And this was a key aspect of why the Germans were so strong. The Germans used performance-enhancing drugs. The Nazis used performance-enhancing drugs to fuel their blitzkrieg during the Second World War, which is why they were just overpowering opponents so much during the war, because their soldiers didn't sleep. Like they would stay awake for like 3 days, 4 days non-stop because of this. And they found this Pervitin. They used it. The West Germans used it during and Puskas was very bitter about it and talked a lot about it for years afterwards. But anyways, there's that as well. 38 Germany. Okay, Mussolini was in power, and then 2022, the little dictator Messi getting 1,000 penalties.
This is the group of shame, if you ask me. Like,
well, Hungary were the victims, to be fair. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Except for Hungary, it's the group of shame. So okay,
I would probably have, honestly, even though I'll be honest, like the footage, there isn't that much footage. I'd probably have Hungary 54 as the winners, even though they didn't.
I would agree with that. And also, you should remember that what happened in that game, Hungary were 2-0 up, I think, in that final. And then it started to rain. And the difference between then and now is that Germany they had studs in their boots, so they had actual control whilst moving on the pitch, whilst the Hungarians didn't.
Yeah, so because Adi Dassler, the inventor of Adidas, invented the studs. Yeah,
exactly. So
and also the fact that Puskás was injured and was walking around the pitch before substitutes for most of the game as well. So that helped as well.
So Hungary win the group, and then we have.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be. Hypocritical. I've said I'm not picking anybody before the war because I haven't seen enough footage of it. So I'm going to remove. Italy, I'm not going to pick Italy 38. I'm going to pick England 66. Me too. Yeah.
Okay, so England finished.
It was still a great team. That England team was still a great team. It was. But now they were helped quite a bit.
Now we need to pick the three best third place teams, because
how many do we need? How many do
we need? 3. I want Brazil 2002 in there because I think it's extraordinary that you can't admit that was a fantastic team. Like, you have to admit that.
But they're banned for match fixing. So
no, they're not. They're not banned for match fixing. They did not rig the tournament. Argentina literally. Brazil did not rig the tournament.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's put Brazil and Argentina. Let's put the 2 match fixers back into them. So that's 2. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have those 2.
Brazil 2002. Well, actually,
and I think we have to have. I think we have to have 1998 France as well. I think.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. So Brazil. Yeah. One second. And Brazil 2002, and then France 98. Okay, right. I'm going to read to you now the top half of the round of last.
Let's go through each game. Otherwise, we literally are going to spend an hour on each one. So let's just go through
Brazil. Yeah, so Brazil 58.
What round is this? The quarterfinals.
No, round of last 16.
Round of last 16. Okay, go on then.
So Brazil versus so Brazil 58 versus France 98.
I go Brazil 58. That Brazil team was the second best Brazilian team ever after 70 for me.
Okay. And they play in the quarterfinals. West Germany. This is difficult. Ooh. West Germany 74 versus Italy 82. Now that is bloody difficult.
It's really difficult.
I can't go past West Germany.
I would think I'll tell you why. I would say on paper, like, who were the better World Cup winners? I'd probably say West Germany. But at that time, well, up until ever really, it's only probably 2016 was the only time that Italy always beat West Germany. West Germany have never beaten Italy in a World Cup.
I know.
Ever.
That's true.
We just have their number. So for that reason, I'm going to Italy. Not because I necessarily think that Italy 82 were a better team than 74. Now, Italy 82 were an unbelievable team, but they're also the team that was probably a bit like 2006. Like, Italy 78 were probably better than Italy 82. Just like Italy 2002, the best players were probably better in 2002 than 6, but the team was experienced and they managed to find a way to win. And do you know what I mean? So I'll go. Yeah, I'm going to go Italy 82 just because of that.
Okay, sorry, it's not just 3 teams. We need another team, third place team as well. I forgot to, because he's written this really weird. It's really difficult to fill out. Okay. I would have loved it if I could have printed out. So I need another third place team.
Okay, should we go Brazil 62?
I mean, we have to bring Messi on. Argentina 2022. I can't deal with the. Well, I mean, we have to.
Okay, all right, put them in. We'll just make them lose in the next round. So yeah.
Speaking of match rigging,
well, they are going to lose. Who they're playing?
Yeah, exactly who they're playing. So yeah, but yeah, okay. So that's that. So West Germany 74. Let's see. Okay, wait. Brazil, yeah, that's the quarter. Okay, cool.
This has given me a head, like this is messing
Yeah,
with my head.
me
This
too. Yeah,
diagram.
it's fucking with me too. Right, West Germany 1990 against Argentina 2022. No discussion. West
Germany 90. Yeah, Messi can
Spain,
cry like Maradona cried in the 90s.
Spain 2010 or England 66. I think Spain 2010.
Yeah, I think we have to go Spain 2010. Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's go down. This is lovely. Argentina 86 versus Brazil 2002.
Argentina 86. Maradona will be running rings around Rocky Jr.
Italy 2006, Uruguay 1930. The guy with the one hand. I think Italy 2006.
Italy 2006.
Yeah. And then this is for one of the most difficult ones in my opinion. Brazil 1970. Well, actually, no. Brazil 1970 versus Argentina 78. I'm going Brazil 70.
Yeah, Brazil 70 for sure.
And then France 2018.
Even with machine guns on the touchline, and with the mothers of the Brazilian players being hung over the River Plata, they still would have beaten them.
Oh my God. France 2018 versus Hungary 1954. I mean, France 2018 has I think France 2018.
Okay, go on then. Otherwise, yeah. Go on.
I think we have to be okay.
Yeah, go on then.
Right. So
quarterfinals now. Okay.
West Germany 74.
No, Brazil 58 first. Brazil 58 versus Italy 82 first.
That's the one. Yeah, Brazil. Yeah, Brazil 58 versus Italy 82.
So tough. It's so tough.
I can't go past Pele and those guys.
Yeah, man. I can't either.
I mean, that's just. Yeah.
Go on then, Brazil 58.
So West Germany 90 versus Spain 2010. That's a tough one.
West Germany 90 for me. Better era, stronger era of football.
That's the first semi-final. Brazil 58 versus West Germany 90. Right. Second semi-final. So we have quarterfinal rather. Argentina 86 versus Italy 2006.
Ooh. I think Italy 2006 would beat Argentina 86. I think that they're just a better team. They got more. They are a
better team. But Argentina had the greatest player of all time in the greatest performance of which
I'm going Italy 2006. I think Italy 2006 beat them. I think they've got more quality. That Argentina 86 was also, as much as Maradona was amazing, Argentina also benefited from the ridiculous weather conditions in Mexico. Like they played the games at midday in like 40-degree heat. I mean,
you know what we need to do? I don't care if it's not strictly about Italian football, but I want this next summer, instead of we do the Mercato thing because we don't do a Monday pod next summer, but I want us to do on a kind of a weekly basis is we go through, like we do like 5 to 8 World Cups. We do shows together. We prepare and discuss every game. Focus on Italy when Italy are there, and they usually are there. It's just the last 3 times they haven't. Are you down on doing this? Like from 1954, 50, 54, 58, 58 onwards.
Right.
Just do a pod on every tournament. Like one
tournament. Talk about it.
Yeah, go through it. Just basically go through it.
Potentially, yeah. I don't even need to research it. Like I've done no research for this show. I'm just doing this from my head.
I know. Yeah. But I'm saying, like we do like a specific segment on Italy, of course, but we also do like just talk about the tournament, all these crazy things. And with 78, I've got a lot to say about that.
Oh, yeah. Sure you
tell you that.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about 2002. I have. Yeah.
And then we can have that debate, the most rigged tournament of all time.
Oh, we literally would be here all day. It would be like a 10-hour show. It would be.
Okay, so the next semi-final is Brazil 1970 versus France 2018. I think it has to be Brazil 1970.
Brazil 70. Brazil 70. That team honestly was just so good.
It's genuinely one of the best teams of all time.
The best. Well, don't want to give it away, but yeah.
Yeah. Right, Brazil 58 versus West Germany 1990 in the first semi-final.
Brazil 58 versus
West Germany.
West Germany 90. Oh god.
This is bloody difficult now.
So I'm kind of looking ahead to the final. I don't know. Do we really want an all Brazilian final? Maybe
it doesn't matter. Maybe I mean, if they are better, then they should go. Who cares if we want that? But I really think the
weird thing about West Germany is, as amazing as that team was, especially on paper, and on paper that was an amazing team. If you actually watch all their games through the quarterfinal onwards, they were lucky to win all of those last 3 games, because in the quarterfinals they beat Czechoslovakia with a dodgy penalty, didn't create anything else the rest of the game, 1-0. In the semi-final against England, it was a 50-50 game, really, but even deservedly went to penalties, could have gone either way, won on penalties. And then in the final, it was an abysmal game with no chances, and again, if we want to talk about rigged, I think absolutely that final was rigged by Italy. After Argentina beat, I mean, Maradona's spoken about it. I think there was no way they were going to let Argentina win that World Cup after they rained on their parade. So, and that is one of the most scandalous, well, probably the most scandalous final, even more than 66. So they were kind of fortunate to win those games, but that doesn't just discount the fact that it was an amazing, amazing team. Unbelievable.
No, I agree with you, and I think that Brazil 58 it changed football, didn't it? I mean, That's the thing. I mean, when you look at these teams, there are a few teams in world football that changed the game. Brazil 58 changed the game. Like, football changed after Pele.
Also, if you were to pick the top 3 or top 5 Brazilian players of all time, you would certainly have Pele. You would certainly have Garrincha, no doubt about it. And that was the greatest Garrincha version of Garrincha, and it was Pele. It's probably the best Pele we ever saw at a World Cup. Maybe not the best Pele ever, but the best Pele we ever saw at a World Cup. His performance in 58. So, that was.
Well, I mean, he was ridiculous in the 70s as well. I mean, Brazil 1970.
In 1970, 1970, yeah.
He was ridiculous.
So I don't know. I think you could go either. I'll probably go 58, but if you want to go.
I go 58 as well, because I think they were unbelievable. And I'm sorry, but Italy do not go to the final against Brazil 1970, 2006. As much as I love that 2016, Brazil 1970, it just goes through. Like
Brazil's 70. Yeah, I mean, listen, that Brazil 70. I don't want to ruin the final, but I think everyone knows who I'm going to pick in the final. But that Brazil 70. I'm going to pick it too. All I would say, for those of you that are watching and listening, like, you can watch them; they're all there. Just go back and watch that Brazil 1970 team. Just how good they are. Like, that was, like, For me, that is the best team to have won. Overall team to have won. The World Cup. And not just team, an amazing team, but also a team of unbelievable individuals.
Unbelievable. Agreed 100%. I think Brazil 1970 is just. We're never going to see anything like that again. Like, it's just. Brazil 19, like you said, go and watch that World Cup. It's all there. That team, that Brazil team, is surreal. It's just surreal. So we've kind of, the final, Brazil 1970 beat Brazil 1958, but the bronze game, West Germany 90 against Italy 2006. So obviously, Italy 2006 have to win, because Italy beat Germany. They always beat Germany. So that's it. Yeah. There we have it.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah. So right, let's go straight on to the second.
I was just about to say, this is the first part that usually if you're listening to this on iTunes and Spotify for free, or if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not a member, usually this is the end of the first part of the Q&A show, but the Q&A where members and patrons send in their questions. But because of this question from Luca, and I hope you're happy, Luca, for the shit show you've created. So, and I know you are. and I know everyone listening to this absolutely loves it. This is usually the first part of the Q&A, weekly Q&A show where we answer half the questions sent in. But this obviously took a bit longer because we did this all-time World Cup thingy. If you want to become a member and get every show and watch and get the entire Q&A in its entirety without ads, and as well as all the other pods without ads, go to patreon.com/TIFP and become a member, or youtube.com/@ItaFootPod. Hey everybody, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss any of our content when we upload it. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. And also, don't forget to follow us on our social media for extra clips, updates, behind-the-scenes content. We have the same handle everywhere. It's @ItaFootPod. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.